and welcome to Next Level. In this episode, I'm joined by two more super duper gaming guests. We'll be discussing the latest releases and their love of scary titles, plus finding out more about the future of gaming graphics and, of course, the real reason they agreed to take part to test their gaming prowess in the world-famous Next Level Challenge. All that and more, but first, let's find out more about our guests, both presenters who recently turned their hand to streaming. First up, we have Wee Claire. She's been streaming since 2018. She likes to play Erica, Black the Fall and Outlast. And her claim to fame is that she was once on German Top of the Pops. Ooh.
Wee Claire here for BBC The Social. I'm sitting with legend Jeff Goldblum.
No kind of legend, that's nonsense. She's overstating it, I'm sure.
I'm here with the stars of Captain Marvel, the brilliant Lashana Lynch. Look who it is, it's Samuel L. Jackson, Jude Law and Gemma Chan, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, that's Scarlet Witch and Vision.
We've also got Steve McNeil. He's been streaming since 2017 and has racked up over 1,700 hours on Twitch. He currently likes to play Minecraft and Borderlands 3, and his claim to fame is that he was the creator and team captain on Dora O'Brien's Go 8-Bit. Sorry.
Yes, I was.
He was.
We can't do Dance Dance Revolution as our final.
We can, but we can't do a second take.
It wasn't originally called Pac-Man, am I right?
No, that's right. In Japan, when it first came out, it was called Puckman, but they thought they'd change it for the West because they were worried about graffiti on the arcade machines.
I get that that's the thing with Puckman, but why they like Nintendo were perfectly happy to bring out Duck Hunt.
He's also written a best-selling book about retro gaming. Hey guys, great to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. So as we mentioned in the top there, you are both established presenters in your own right. What I find fascinating about this is lots of streamers that we meet have obviously kind of gotten into it because yes, they love gaming. They kind of like the idea of getting into presenting, broadcasting, that kind of thing. You kind of done it the other way round. You both still present but stream. What are the main differences then that you found?
I like the community aspect of it. So I really like the fact that, you know, when I'm on a stage hosting something or when I'm like in a studio like this, you don't really see an end result. I mean, you do see an end result, if you know what I mean, but you don't ever get to speak to anyone, I guess. There's Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but I love that live interaction with people and people start to get your jokes. So I might say things on stream and then people start to say it with you and it's like your own little club and it's quite nice to have these like this gang of, I call mine the Wee Squad. So I like having the Wee Squad behind me kind of going, yeah, and they really are so supportive. So yeah, that's the thing that you don't get so much with the presenting side, I find. What about you?
That chat, that interaction. What about you, Steve? Have you got a nice little community that you interact with?
Yeah, they refer to themselves as a cult, which alienates anybody new who might join in. So I think I lose a lot of new people.
Gives you an idea where psyches are.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Consider myself a sort of god figure.
Yeah, is that how you like to think of yourself then?
I'd like to, but even I can't get there. But yeah, the difference for me is mainly about, because obviously I do more like comedy and shows, so it's more written and more prepared, whereas the Twitch thing is just, it's not even improv, it's just relaxing, just having a conversation. So it's quite nice to not have to, I was going to say it's quite nice to not have to try to write anything good before you do it. That's quite nice, but the informal side of it and just being able to just sort of chat and talk to the guys and find out what's going on. I like the immediacy and how informal it is. That's quite
and reacting to what I suppose they're asking you questions, they're getting involved in what you're doing, all that kind of thing. I know, obviously, Claire, I come to you that obviously doing my research came across the whole idea that scaries, which we're going to go on to talk to, you might not have done had it not been for kind of like the company, if you like, of your community that are there with you. So kind of how did that come about, the getting into horror and scary?
I've never really been, I mean, I watch a lot of horror films with my husband because he sort of worn me down after 17 years of horror. So I do watch a lot of horror films, but I just thought, why not? You know, and I just started playing horror games because I thought I liked the story. And I didn't realise I was such a screamer. Till I got into it. And like I do like scream streams, and my community seemed to really enjoy it. And you know what? Like it's almost like a challenge because I really do feel so scared. I have to pause it a lot and chat and waste time and then try and get through it. But by the end of it, you're like, yeah, I did that. I did the thing. I did the thing, and I can do it. I'm all grown up.
You're our screamer and you're our swearer.
Sometimes I do swear a little bit. No, he's there. He's there. He's there. I'm absolutely. I'm absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the games then that you're playing. We'll talk to you, Steve. What kind of, we mentioned some of them at the top there, but you know, what do you find gets the best reaction from your community? What do you like playing?
I think it's what you get used to playing. So I did used to play quite a lot of Stardew Valley, so I put about 100 hours into that. But I didn't complete it, but got a long way through and did, and like, you know, got married and did all the expansions and things in it. But Crash Bandicoot went very well because I was rubbish at it. That was sweary.
Yeah, you were rubbish at that.
Yes,
did
I
you
was.
say?
That's right. That's
Okay.
fair. I was absolutely dreadful at it.
Okay.
But people, I think people quite enjoy the my frustrations and my turmoil.
Actually, you get quite a good audience and an interaction if you're absolutely rubbish at some of the games, because people like to see that,
I mean,
don't
you keep
they?
saying I'm rubbish. And
Sorry, not at all of
you've
them.
really lent into that.
Only at Crash Bandicoot. But
well,
no,
and
let's
others.
not say rubbish. Maybe, you know, you're not pro.
Oh God, no, no. But I think I think there's an assumption of what Twitch can be, but
Yes.
it can be everything from like esports events and really big tournaments with a sort of professional sports broadcasty feel, or like pro gamers who are just sort of practicing and leveling up and doing their thing. Or I think because we're both presenters, I guess we sort of exist more. It's more like talk radio. It's more like an informal chat, and gaming is
Absolutely.
wallpaper going on in the background. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's as much about the chat and the community as it is about the game's almost just what's happening while we're all having a conversation. So it's just a different sort of thing.
Let's talk about then some of the games that you play. I know we touched upon some of them, but let's kind of get into the nitty gritty, why you like particular games, kind of what you're looking forward to. Let's start with what you're playing at the minute.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 3 because that's just come out and I've been enjoying that. Borderlands 3 has been an interesting one to do on the stream because of the nature of it being a sort of story mode and a campaign. A lot of the guys who are around regularly aren't tuning in for those in the way they normally would because they don't want spoilers for the thing. So it's sort of a different vibe to that, but I'm playing it anyway because I want to. But then the one that's been I've been doing since I started for the last 2 years is Minecraft, and just going back to
Yes,
that.
you're a big Minecraft fan.
I am.
aren't
I
you?
fell out of love with it about 9 months ago and just stopped playing it for about nearly a year. That's when I started doing Stardew, but I went back to it about 3 or 4 months ago now, and I'm obsessed with it again. There's so much new stuff that's
Yes.
been added to the game now, and I've got lost in Minecraft. So just building my weird little farm.
Love it.
And killing villagers by accident. That's
Oops.
yeah. Well, you can make them. You can sort of. I tried to ship them in from. There's a village, and I want to ship them in and sort of. Then you can make them breed, and then they can all do jobs for you. And
Yeah.
So you sort of like farm them. Basically,
Exactly.
It's slavery, but it's games, and
Yeah,
it's not
and it's
okay.
fun.
But it's games. But then I got the wrong ones, and I ended up killing loads of them when they came. So the only ones I got were the ones that are sort of like stupid and asexual, so I can't get them to make any babies.
Oh,
so
no.
I've just got 2 stupid villagers doing nothing
There
on my
you
farm
go.
now.
Love it. Let's talk about some of the games that you're playing, because very different to what Steve perhaps
Very
favours.
different. I love watching Steve streams though because of this. When I started, it was like Red Dead 2. I've only been streaming for coming up for a year, and I found that was really a bit boring for me on stream. Unless I was playing poker on Red Dead or whatever, or just like dressing my character to make him look awesome. So then I started deciding to play things like the horror games because you can be interactive. I'm playing Erica at the moment, which is an amazing FMV game.
Uh-oh.
Stay there. Keep the door shut.
He smelt something. Is there a dead body in there? Someone's dead.
The door will be forced open.
Okay.
The door is about to be forced open.
The door is about to be forced. So, see, remember we saw that person coming through the door. Uh-oh. 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 Follow or obey. Follow or obey.
People really like to watch me sweat and scream. I'm very sweaty. I have a beanbag, and that you don't even want to know how that feels after about an hour of playing a game. It's very very moist bum.
You're really opening up for us
Okay,
today.
TMI.
Yeah,
Sorry,
really
TMI.
opening up here. I am loving it. What I find really, really interesting, you both sort of mentioned it there, is that things you might be playing on the stream are perhaps a bit different to what you might be playing if you were alone,
Yeah.
simply because of the reactions that it provokes from people and the interaction that you can get from them. So when you're not on stream, tell us about things that you might play as well. Is there different games that you favour?
Yeah,
or?
I have streamed them a bit like deck building games, but the one that I've become obsessed with Hearthstone, like really quite problematically. I spent so many hours off stream doing, like normally if I was playing a game I would stream it because I don't have much free time. But Hearthstone, I've just gone down the rabbit hole, and it's one of those things where that's existed for years and I've never bothered, and now gone through it and gone, oh no, of course I love this. It's maths and puzzly and turn based, and it's everything I love. So Hearthstone's the one that I've just got.
I play everything on stream now, but my my real off stream loves are very diametrically different. So like Fallout 3 was for me amazing. Mass Effect 2, one of my favourite games. You know, I quite like games like that, and then I played Battlefield and stuff like that. But I just know that if I'm playing something like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, I'll be like,
You can't engage with chat.
I
You can't talk to chat.
I'm like, shit! You know, like, and just swear. You know, so I can't really do that. But like, so this is why I like the story games or puzzle games like Limbo and stuff. I really like those like Stardew Valley. I liked watching Steve play that because you can just have a chat.
Yes.
But yeah, like my actual loves are like involving games where you're like in a world. But yeah, I just think people get a bit bored watching me do that. So I've moved away. Screaming. That's where it's at.
Which works for some streamers because they're about being very good at the game or playing through a game, whereas we're more about having a chat with the people, so it'd be weird to just ignore them all.
Yeah, I'm not a professional gamer. I'm just a professional shit talker.
I think you're being very hard on yourself.
So, like a bit of banter, a bit of chat, Bob's your uncle.
Exactly.
Future releases, any scaries, any horrors, what's on your radar, what can you not wait to get your mitts on?
Moons of Madness, which I think comes out Halloween, which is apt on PC, Xbox, PS4.
We've been here for what, going on 8 months now. That's quite the stint, especially when home is more than 1 million miles away.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a cosmic first-person vibe with a Lovecraftian theme, and it looks very atmospheric. And
it's kind of creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy vibe. And if you watch the trailer, it kind of looks like Soma on acid.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Because Alien Isolation was the first one that I played when I started getting into this game, and it's got that sort of feel to it as well, I think. So that's,
absolutely. So
I will
if
have
you
some
like
of that. Oh, I will. I'm having that.
Yeah, we watched the trailer and like Steve and I were like, yep.
I want that.
On my list.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Anything that's caught your eye?
There's a couple of others floating around at the moment if people are looking. So I played Blair Witch and Man of Medan, the Dark Pictures anthology.
I
want to say
got
it's
kind
called
of
that.
Non-scary, everyone's lovely and happy and lives ending, which I was very disappointed about.
So one of the cult from Seattle sent me a bottle of absinthe, so I can't remember what happened in the game.
Right.
I think it was scary,
That
but I
good.
imagine I killed some of the people in it by accident.
Great.
Because it's like quick time events, so it's sort of, nothing happens, and all of a sudden it'll be all very calm. All of a sudden it'll go, press X now, you die, and then if you're drunk, you don't. So.
Well, you're not going to be quick enough, are you?
I am
Reaction
not.
times,
no.
So
but it was good. It was fun, and it's the guys who did Until Dawn.
Yeah, which is a great game.
Yeah,
Supermassive.
again, very sort of narrative-y and quick time events, but really, really good. And then Blair Witch, which I played it on release day, and it just didn't work. So it just kept crashing and bugging out. So we just had to like turn it off and on again. But it's hard because the nature of the Blair Witch game is that, like in the movie where they're all walking around in circles in the forest and confused, so the game deliberately does disorient you and do repeat loops and things. But unfortunately, if the game's broken, it doing that properly to mess with you is the same as it being broken and you doing it forever. So eventually it went from scary to, oh no, it's just rubbish.
I don't think it's working.
No, it's not. But I think they're patching it, and I'm sure it'll get better. But yeah, if that was not one to play on day one.
No. Okay, let's go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes.
Planet Zoo is going to be released, in the not too distant future, which is of course not one bit scary. It's very jolly. It's got a really nice vibe to it. I know you're a big fan.
Well, I mean, all this like back in the day for me, before I started streaming decades ago, because I'm old, but like Roller Coaster Tycoon, the movies, Theme Hospital, the
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, hello.
It's all coming back.
Yeah, but the isometric like management sim stuff, I love all of that. And then there's sort of been this renaissance recently with Planet Coaster and the Jurassic World Evolution and 2 Point Hospital. There's loads of those games sort of coming through. So yeah, Planet Zoo, the Planet Coaster guy is doing a zoo thing. I'm all over that.
Very different to the games that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
That's kind of you kind of switch off, feel good, looking after the
Well, yeah, I
animals.
just have a
kind of
tinker. I
vibe.
know, as you were saying earlier, it's that nice thing with those sorts of games of it's background enough that while you're putting up your fence for your lion, you can be having a chat. You can sort of automatically doing that in the background whilst keeping an eye on chat. So they lend themselves to social.
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
So that's a good one. We may see you streaming in the
I
near
will definitely
future.
be playing that when it comes
And
out.
then I know you'll both definitely be all over this because we've been speaking about it. Cyberpunk 2077. There has been so much anticipation about this. Of course, we saw Keanu Reeves at E3. I mean, who doesn't love Keanu? The game looks incredible.
So good.
What are your reactions at this stage?
I mean, like, they've released even more footage now, right? So there's like, they've released an edited 15-minute in-game footage so you can see the world, the gameplay, the dialogue. There are crap loads of options. Like, there's even, like, one of the developers said there's like an underworld option, like you can go and explore underworld. But they're predominantly concentrating on that, making the single player really, really, really good. And then I think what they're going to do is do the multiplayer and the add-ons after. So I'm really excited. Of course there's Keanu, and I'm a huge fan. Everything from Speed to John Wick. Love. But that's really not it for me. I think just having that, I mean, of course.
A nice bit of PR. But the game itself is just looking incredible,
I think
isn't it?
Rich. I mean, the developers making, I mean, Witcher 3, I mean, you know, they're in good hands, but I really like the themes as well. Like Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the series, said that, I want you to think, do we want corporations to be controlling our every movements and things? So I like that kind of sci-fi dystopian.
Do you reckon you're going to have time to play that? Because like my like Twitch history is littered with games like Borderlands or GTA or Red Dead 2 that I played like 6 or 7 hours of it, and then life took over, or I got distracted and lost place.
That's the thing.
Because it's going to be like 200 hours, isn't it? So are you going to play it all the way through, or will it go on the pile of? I started that looked nice, and then I didn't play it for 2 weeks, and now I don't know what the buttons are or what's going on. Because that will be what I do with it. I'll buy it and then.
So many games were like, how do I upgrade this thing? Oh crap, okay, I'll just, like, it goes in the freezer again, that's it. Everything that's scary that can't be played goes in the freezer. But yeah, I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
I need my career to go badly enough in spring that I've got time to just play that game all the way through.
Are you going to be playing it?
If I can.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love
look,
to.
because you like sci-fi and stuff as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks incredible, but you're right. Steve's right. You need time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, I'm kind of interested to play that on stream as well, because I'm not sure if it's quite involving and there's a lot of story and there's choices and upgrades. Will it be something
Is
that
it going to lend
play?
itself to Can you see yourself playing it on stream, or is this more what, as you said?
I think exactly like I said, I'd probably play about 6 hours of it on stream, and then I'll get distracted,
nice.
and then I'd love to play that. I won't, but I'd like to. But
nonetheless, we're all looking forward to it.
it looks incredible.
Safe to say.
Yeah, and they guys know what they're doing. So
Oh my God, absolutely.
it's the people to make the cool thing.
Indeed, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. Now, Cyberpunk is one of the 10 games that was recently announced by NVIDIA that will feature RTX's ray tracing, which brings us nicely on to our next feature. RTX graphics cards were released last year in September, offering the potential for a huge step forward in graphical performance through real-time ray tracing. This technology has been around for a while now in movies and TV, but these cards marks the first time that ray tracing could be rendered in real time, making it possible for the first time to incorporate it into video games. When the RTX cards were launched, it's fair to say there wasn't a huge amount of titles that took advantage of this technology, but fast forward to today and we're slowly seeing more and more titles that support it. Are you guys familiar at all with ray tracing?
I'm not.
I only recently talking to these guys actually, and it's the one that I'm excited about is Minecraft, which seems like a perverse waste of the hardware, because Minecraft's obviously low resi, pixely blocky, but the ray tracing thing, it looks insane. And I think you've got it, and we're going to look at it. But
absolutely.
As someone who likes Minecraft and wants to live there for real, it's beautiful. The difference it makes is phenomenal.
Oh.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So you can see there with it off and with it on.
It's beautiful.
Steve, are you so excited?
Yeah, because that's it without, and then that, and
I see.
So it's a very much, but in terms of the sort of the immersiveness of the sort of inside space of the darks, actually, rather than the light being very, it's very graded at the moment in Minecraft, but the actual. The rays of sunlight and where they're hitting, and then like you can see the reflection of the wolf or a dog. I can't remember what they are. I like it. I don't know what they are, but you can actually see like shadows and reflections and the water. I think there's water in this at some point. But
yeah, because you can see this is quite wow. I mean, it makes it look 1,000 times richer.
It does.
Really?
Yeah, even though there's
adds,
nothing really
it?
being done to that other than it's just lighting. But in the same way that, you know, as you know, somebody who does a lot of broadcast stuff, lighting makes a huge difference to making something look proper. It's just putting that through the game. It's
wow. Oh my God. How do you think?
I love it so much.
Like, so when you play this, Steve, like
which I will.
What
look, the lava glowing as well, so that's lava down there, and sort of the intensity of it is.
That shows it off really well there, doesn't it?
Good.
How do you think you're going to feel playing this when you've got the ray tracing vibes over it?
Well, I think what I need to do is I need to get the ray tracing thing set up, get a VR headset, so I'm actually playing it in VR, and then build some sort of human potty and Ivy And then, I mean,
There we
the
go,
water, I mean, it's
beautiful
crazy.
there.
So I
You
think
can really
I'm
see.
going to live and die in there, and I'll be very happy. Thank you.
It's like wife and child.
I was going to say, your wife and child will be
You just stay over
so
there.
thrilled.
The big one can feed the little one, and I'll play that game.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone's
wow,
a winner.
Look at the waterfall.
It's crazy. So
Oh,
yeah.
it really does make a big difference. That is incredible. So it's quite exciting for the future of games then, I guess, like, because it's going to add this richness and this depth.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better. NVIDIA's Phil Scott pops into the Scan Studio to enlighten us about the future of ray tracing and graphics in general. In a nutshell, explain to us what ray tracing is. How does it make games better?
It's physical. It is the physics of light. And, you know, so light bounces, light scatters. You know, things reflect, things get proper shadows. You know, we get this thing called global illumination that can come from it. That's what ray tracing gives you. And what's cool about ray tracing, as ray tracing moves forward, it isn't just going to be there for effect. You know, we're already starting to see emergent gameplay that uses ray tracing, so you can use things like reflections to an advantage because you can start seeing around corners. You look at the reflection in the glass. And that stuff's magical when it takes you into the world and it becomes more immersive.
It's fair to say that when real-time ray tracing kind of came out, there wasn't that many titles that actually took advantage of this new technology, was there? But that's already, a year in, that's already changing. We're seeing more and more titles, aren't we? Is this literally just going to become something that we expect in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it will become ubiquitous. You know, that standard's now being set. We've had a year of what I would call real benchmark titles, you know.
Yes.
You know, the first ray trace game was Battlefield 5. You know, such a big AAA franchise game. That's just never really happened in the past of something so seismically different being taken on board by a AAA title.
Yeah.
You know, Metro Exodus, another really anticipated game. And the immersion that you get in that game when you use the GI and the more recent update that they've done, the volumetric GI that they've added as well, it's quite staggering how filmic that game actually becomes.
Yeah.
But bringing all of that together, probably one of the most exciting ones, and one that I've been involved with personally, was Control. And you know, whilst those other games one of them had reflections and one of them had shadows and the other one had GI, Control has all of them.
Yeah.
And it also has glass reflections as well.
Which is really interesting.
You know, how do you render glass? Yeah. Right? It is kind of a weird problem. How do you render glass? It's transparent, it's see-through, you shouldn't see it.
Yeah, true.
The thing that tells you a window is there is a reflection. So seeing yourself in reflection, it's just like, yeah, that looks right. And actually, if you look at your own reflection in a game, it's like, I am that character.
Yeah, I know. Let's take it one step further. Let's look ahead to next year in a massive game, which is Cyberpunk 2077. Tell us a little bit about the work that went into that and what we can expect from the game itself.
Yeah, so we've been working with CD Projekt, who are a fantastic developer. And, you know, their vision for Cyberpunk is massive. It's going to be a landmark game.
Yeah.
You know, I guarantee it from what I've played of it. It looks stunning. You know, the excitement level is there. You know, and it's going to continue to be there all the way up until it ships and way beyond.
Okay, let's talk about then, as much as you can, what is the future in your view, or what can you tell us about what the future looks like?
There's still a lot of things that we need to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we still haven't cracked you know, just realistic looking humans, for example, is, you know, even just things like, you know, physical simulation. You know, we're still approximating a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then you kind of want that Hollywood hyperreal as well.
Yeah.
That's where we're trying to get to. But
and how far off are we, do you think?
Oh, sometime.
Sort of...
We're some way off. You know, people keep saying like, oh,
you're going to reveal something
no.
next year.
No, not yet.
No.
But in terms of, you know, every generation we make big strides towards this great target. And just when you think that you're close, you realise that there's other things that you've got to do.
Yeah.
But in terms of, you know, other things that'll have an effect, you know, AI.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm not talking about AI just for bots running around in a level, but AI for processing. You know, AI will help with animation. AI is going to help with, you know, just little things like eye contact and, you know, just generally making more natural images, or, you know, processing a world so when things are placed into the world that they're in the right places.
Yeah.
I think the future of graphics is exciting.
Yeah.
Right. I think really that's where You know, there's real computer science going on in this space in terms of where we're going.
Yeah.
I can't really say.
I was going to say, I know
I'm
there's
just going to
lots
tease
that
you
you
there.
can't actually say to us here, but I think it is fair to say that ray tracing is going to be very much part of our everyday lives in the future.
It will be. I mean, we look at the world in a ray traced way.
Yeah.
It's just real rather than simulated. You know, that's really what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
We're trying to get to that point where you say, wow, is that generated or is that real?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right?
where you want to be.
That's the
Yeah.
Matrix moment, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Well, Phil,
a long way to go.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to get you back soon when you can talk about some of these things, and maybe we can look back
I will
now
do.
and we'll look at where we are now and say, look how much we've moved on.
I know. That'd be good.
Incredible.
No, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Now, as you know, we love a good competition here at Scan. Well, we recently teamed up with Intel and YouTuber, streamer and lifelong gamer Sacriel for an ultimate streaming competition where budding streamers had the chance to get their hands on a full setup worth over a whopping £4,700. And all they had to do to enter was send in their best bits. The pro gaming team had a lot of fun looking through the entries, but sadly there could be only one winner. And we held a live stream with our 3 judges, Cyborg Angel, Rage Darling and Sacriel himself, with our judges to announce the winner. So let's see how that went.
We are giving away a £4,700 ultimate streaming setup. You will win an incredible 3XS streaming PC with the Intel i9-9900K. And to accompany that, we have the RTX 2080 Super graphics card. And that's not all. It wouldn't be an ultimate streaming setup without at least 2 monitors. So we have 2 Asus ROG Strix monitors. These monitors will deliver you 1080p 240Hz gameplay so you can maximize the quality that your system will output to you and enjoy it at its full potential. We've also got the very popular Rode NT USB microphone, the Logitech Brio 4K webcam. Of course, we've also kitted it out with an entire Corsair peripheral kit. We have the Corsair K70 keyboard, the wireless Ironclaw gaming mouse, a Void Pro wireless headset, and an MM350 mouse mat. But we don't stop there. Oh no. This would not be an ultimate streaming setup without a complete selection of the Elgato equipment. We are throwing in the Elgato Stream Deck, which is a streamer's best friend. We've also got the Elgato HD60 Pro capture card installed directly into the system, the Elgato green screen, and then to go out with a bang, we have not 1, but 2 Elgato key lights, which you can control directly from your Stream Deck. Amazing. Very best of luck to you, and we'll see you on the stream. So the first finalist of this competition is Batman's Left Nut.
I know. Little John and the red symbol in the middle. Whoa! Legion, you look like a Derek. Hi there, guess what?
Okay, just for the name alone, I think we don't need to go through the other contestants.
Yeah, that
We have a winner.
name gave me a proper giggle.
I really liked how, like I said, he was really expressive in his face because I love streamers that are expressive.
Very animated.
Yeah. The second finalist.
It's Defrag. Defrag is a streamer and video composer from Ireland. Some perspective, my rate equivalent is me going, oh sweet, hooray. That's a celebration and a half.
It was moving his webcam back, but he was just changing where he was and what he was doing.
Yeah, that's
which is really
multitasking to another level.
I need to know their Stream Deck
Setup.
tips and setup as well. The third entry is by Subpar Button HD. I was wondering how to say that. Yeah.
Now let's have your best fruity. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. I want to win game. I already win DreamHack. I want to win more trophy with little Stuart's little boy. and Frenchmen.
Like that they've got two people on
Webcams
that
side by
stream.
side. Yeah, that is cool.
It's good. It's got to be a really complicated sort of way it's set up. That's why you need like, you know, the sort of power behind or in the PCs to get that sort of thing going.
So this is the Arya.
Right, both inside. Dermot inside. Oh, he's right behind the B bomb. Right behind the B bomb. You can get him from vault. Good job. Go. 29.
That was clean.
Yeah, it was so good.
That was
So good. The fluidity of being able to play on this new rig is going to definitely elevate that, and you probably allow her to grow as a gamer as well. So when you have those FPS drops and stutters and stuff, it inhibits her ability to really perform.
Last finalist is...
I'm not sure if it's Riri or
Riri.
Rai.
Riri.
I would have said
Riri.
Riri.
Is it Riri?
Riri.
Riri,
Yeah.
there we go.
Stick remote to it.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it. That was amazing.
One thing I like about, for me, a hallmark of a good streamer is when they're playing, especially a PvP game, if they can explain what's going to happen before it happens, explain what they're going to do based on that assumption, execute what they were going to do, and then you see it work.
Yeah.
So it's one thing like if you're playing a game and you kill someone in the game or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I knew he was there because I saw the shadow off the thing, so I bounced a grenade off, whatever. But if you say, there's a guy over there, so I'm going to do this, and he's going to do this, and then I'm going to wait here so that he does this, and then you do it, and there's something
agreed.
super exciting. And she did the same thing then. She
did very well.
All right.
Okay then. So today's winner.
So today's winner is Batman's
Left.
No.
Batman's left now. You've won the £4,700 streaming setup.
Oh my
Oh my god!
Wowzers, massive congratulations to our winner there. What a prize. I mean, I could see you two drooling.
It's incredible.
First impressions.
That is all the things. It's glorious. Yeah, whoever's won that, so they've done very well.
I kind of zoned out and forgot where I was, and I think my jaw was like...
You were dribbling, and,
Yeah,
and that was right. That's the right response.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do your setups at home look anything like that? No?
No,
No,
this
not even
is-
close. That
This
is.
is sexy. That's the sexy
It
setup.
was sexy.
Very sexy.
Right, now we're going to be moving on now to the bit I know we've all been very excited about. It is, of course, the Next Level Challenge. The Next Level Challenge consists of a series of games, old and new, but to make it interesting, we've thrown some curveballs in along the way. So first up in the challenge is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Set in Nuketown, you must get as many kills as you can in 5 minutes. Then it's on to the VR favourite Beat Saber, but with a custom level and music track created. Third in the challenge is the nostalgic retro Windows PC classic Space Cadet Pinball. And yes, we've made some amends to the standard setup. We've created control panels and moved them just out of reach. Last but not least, we're going ultra high tech with our racing simulator. This is using the latest Next Level GT Track Simulator cockpit, plus Motion Platform V3 and a Vive Pro VR headset for the ultimate in realism. The challengers will need to lap the course as fast as possible in our Nissan GTR after just 10 minutes practice. The top of the leaderboard at the end of the season will take home the Next Level Challenge Cup.
I'm nervous. Right. Oh.
Weapons free.
You. Ah! Right. Okay. This is my happy place. So, shelter. Ah! You stupid big idiot. Yes.
Outrider neutralized.
Neutralize this. Oh no! Ah!
Enemy RCXD in your AO.
Ah, he's in my AL. I don't know what that means. Get out my AL. Right, okay. With my friends, the mannequins. That's exactly what I'm doing. Hi, how are you doing? All right. Yes. Right in the bum. I don't like it. No. I feel like I did okay there.
Hello, I've just been locked in a room and there's no one in here anymore, and they've said do this, but I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. It's actually quite nice. Like, when I had an Amstrad CPC, we always had to wait for the cassette to load. So this is sort of like that, I guess, isn't it? You again? This guy.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, hang on, it started. That's not fair.
Eliminate all marked targets.
Right. Oh,
Kill action.
that's a kill. Christ, I didn't do that. Oh, hello, and you, you
Kill action.
games. Don't swear. They literally said don't swear. Oh, hang on, medicine. Hello. Oh, I've seen you fool. Oh, and you, mate. Go on. Yes! Run away. Don't get cocky. Don't think so. Oh, I threw something then. What was that? You're dead. That's my bullets in your face again. Oh, I could have had that. They killed each other. I'll have you, mate. No, I won't.
EKIA.
I won't. At least I'm playing in Rage Darling's account, not mine, so it doesn't really matter if I'm rubbish at this. Oh, no! Don't go out there, obviously. These robots are swear words. Why is shift not running? Maybe I've run out of puff. Do they run out of puff? There's no one here. I don't know why I don't even know who I think I'm asking. Bum. Here we go. Final hurrah. Hello? Yeah, you'll do. Oh, well, that's definitely not a win. They still set off the nuke. That's why they call it Nuketown.
I am Daft Punk. Here we go. Right, here we go. Yes. Oh. Okay, maybe not. Feel the beat. Feel the beat. Feel the beat. Sit. Feel the beat. Miyagi. Yes. Beat drop. That's it. I am club. That's it.
No! Not like this. It's getting faster. Okay. It's gonna do that. Yes!
Our gaming adjudicator, Andrew, who I believe you both got on famously with yesterday.
Yes.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's not saying much, is he? Well, he's tossed up the scores and I've got them here for you. We're all dying to know, so should we dive straight in?
Yes, please.
First up was Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Set in the Nuketown map, you had 5 minutes to score as many kills as possible, with 1 kill getting you 1 point. Now, you both said to us that this is not a game that you play a lot. Do you think you did all right?
Well,
I think very different strategies it turned out.
My strategy would be my strategy for any event, post-apocalyptic or war or otherwise. Find a house, hide in it, pick people off. Because I wasn't really thinking about the scores at that time. I just got shoved in front of the computer and was like, this is a nice house. I'll just do this.
Yeah. Survival is key.
But you went gung-ho.
I ran around like a lunatic and just shot things.
Nice.
Yeah. Mostly walls, but occasionally.
Occasionally you got a target.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to lie, from a leaderboard perspective, this game was not a strong point for either one of you.
That seems fair.
That seems fair. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
It's all
Made
right.
my peace with it.
We're going to ease you in.
Yeah.
We're going to ease you in.
Okay.
Steve, you managed to get 18 kills.
Okay.
Which gets you 18 points.
All
and
right.
Claire, do you think you did better, worse?
I like it. It's like Price is Right.
Higher,
lower.
I think I got lower.
I think you got more.
I'm afraid you did. You got half as many kills. 9 kills, giving you 9 points. Hang on in there, guys.
What's the highest ever?
45. There we go. We've just had it confirmed. The highest score is 45.
You were rubbish then.
You were very
And
bad
I
at
was
that.
more rubbish.
Should we move on to Beat Saber, which is
okay.
my favourite? And I think you both loved this one, didn't you? A bit of VR.
I like a lot of fun.
I was channeling my best Tron Daft Punk vibes.
Yeah, I went for a Jedi because that felt more on.
We had a custom level on there. As you know, how did you find it?
I really enjoyed. What about you?
It starts off really nice, and then you deliberately mug us with the really, really quick ones.
Yes.
And that and cross it. So the moment you had to cross arms, I was gone.
We need to give a big shout out to the person who maps the track for us. That is Shades Plays. You can check him out on social media, and we'll put links below. Big thanks to Shades. Now on to your scores. You scored 5 points for every 10,000 points in the game. We then round it up or down depending on where you fall in between. Slightly confusing, but all you guys need to know is how many points you got on this one. Steve, you got 66,396 points. So how many points do you think that gives you using our...
Absolutely.
It's okay, I'll tell you. 33 points.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
It's very heavily weighted towards the Beat Saber game, isn't it?
This is very
We might as well not buy a
mathematical.
playing card. We were so bad at it, that's not helped at all.
I didn't come here for the math.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't tell me
Give me my
Nikki,
results.
don't
again?
give me
33.
66,396 points, which translates to 33 points.
Well done, Steve.
Thank you.
Claire, higher, lower? Where are we going?
I think I got lower. I think Steve's good at games.
You actually got higher.
Yes!
So there you
I'm
go.
happy for you, well done.
There you go.
I'm actually
Was that-
happy.
Was that
It's
genuine?
exciting.
Was that genuine?
I don't care. It's
Gritty
fine.
tea.
Is there a cash prize if I win? If not, I couldn't care less. But
You win pride.
Exactly.
pride in my
Bragging
career.
rights. You got 75,800 points, which gives you 37 points. So you're pulling it back. You're pulling it back. Okay.
So what's the totals now? Where are we up to? What's our totals?
We don't get them till the end. Come on, steady on.
Too much maths.
Steady on. Let's move on now to the classic Space Cadet pinball. How did you find that with our kind of custom?
I got very sore calves.
Yeah, it's a bit like a workout, isn't it?
I got sore arms. It was like here, because you don't want to lower the arms at any point, but it was a good workout. I thought it was really good.
Good workout. And although Andrew was unbearable throughout, and I'd like that note for the record. That
Andrew, I thought you were amazing. Just saying.
says more about
Oh, hang on. There's no bribery at this point. The scores are in. It's all done. It's all been
I'm just
sorted up.
positive. It's fine. I don't need anything. It's fine.
So you scored 5 points for every 100,000 points you scored in game, and then we round up or down to the nearest 10,000. Who came up with this way of scoring? I do not know,
Was it Andrew?
but it keeps you guessing. It was our adjudicator, Andrew. Claire, you got 412,750 points, which gives you, I know you'll be tossing it up, 21 points in total, the same as Rage Darling did in episode 1. And she's quite good at this game.
Oh, I'm
So
happy with
very
that
own Rage
score.
Darling. Yeah, see? Okay.
Well done, Rage Darling. Yes.
There you go, boom.
Yes.
Steve, do you think you higher,
I
lower?
definitely absolutely killed you on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember what I got.
You got 1,286,500 points.
Rigged.
Not bad. And that gives you the maximum 50 points. You're going to have to high five me for that one. Boom. We've set a new next level record on that one as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a course record.
Yeah. Oh, look, he looks so chuffed. Look, he's pretending
Let's
to
call
be
that
cool.
it.
So that's
There
it.
you go.
Well, I mean, I think the next game, I
I've
think.
won 2 of them, I've won, and we'll call that it.
I think you've definitely won
Best
the
of
next
3.
one.
Really?
You've definitely won the next one.
Of course, lastly, it's our racing simulator, the one that we all love. You get 5 laps of the Laguna Seca racetrack in our Scan Nissan GTR in VR, in a moving chair. As you've alluded to, it can bring on a bit of motion
We both had
sickness.
to lay down afterwards, didn't we?
I went after I just laid down and thought about my life for 5 minutes. I was like, wow, yeah, I felt quite sick. But it was fun. It was really, I was thinking about it like Mario Kart. So I was just caning the corners and then going, what? And there's a lot of swearing.
Yeah, sure. Plenty of swearing.
Lots of swearing. But it was fun.
Yeah.
But sickening, but fun.
Did you find it quite realistic, the experience? I think once you pop that VR headset on, it's like, you are there, aren't you? You're experiencing it. It's very realistic.
It was incredible.
Yeah. You loved it?
I really did.
Boy Race, it was incredible.
Made me feel dreadful, but it was incredible.
All right, shall we move on to the points then? You got 1 point for each second under a lap of 2 minutes 20. Claire, you lapped in 1 minute 49 seconds.
Oh, so I'm happy with that, yeah.
You'll just take anything at this stage, won't you?
I'm humbled.
That gives you 31 points.
Yay. Oh,
now, Steve, you told us that your dad's actually got a racing
He is.
simulator.
He's well
What's
into
that
it.
all about?
If I've not done well on this, he'll be livid because he's actually got like the setup at his house. So
Okay, no one told us this before. You have an unfair advantage then, do you? You go around and practice.
I mean, we're both gamers on a gaming thing, so.
Yeah. There you go. I love that your dad's got
Shouldn't
one
feel guilty.
though.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It is amazing. Yes, I do have some prior experience.
Okay.
Not on that, because that one shakes you around. This one picks you up and throws you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so the benchmark at the moment is Cyborg Angel, who lapped in just 1 minute 39 seconds. Do you think you've managed to beat that?
I can't remember.
Yes,
Yeah,
no?
you did.
Be confident.
Be
Yes.
confident, yeah, you did.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, your lap was...
Always had Top Gear.
I know, is it?
1 minute...
Yes.
30...
Hello.
8 seconds. It's our fastest ever lap of the
Did I
track.
get 2 records?
You beat Cyborg Angel by just 1
Pinballs
second.
and cars.
Come on.
Pinballs and cars.
Amaze
Pinballs and cars.
balls. That
Pinballs
gives
and
you...
cars. Yeah, guns and wands, pinballs and cars.
They're making up their own
That's
theme
gender.
tunes here. Love it. That
There you
scores
go.
you.
That's 2019.
All right.
Indeed, scores you 41 points.
Yes.
Well done to both of you. I have to say, you did really, really well. And Claire, you said all you wanted was to beat him in one game, and you did it. So everyone's a winner. So hold on to your seats. It's time to see where you are on our next level challenge leaderboard. Claire, you got a grand total of 102 points, and that puts you in 8th place.
Damn
We'll call
mannequins.
it. But it was a good effort.
Blackboards and
Out of how many?
mannequins. Out of how many?
Out of 8.
Oh,
Steve, we were just going to gloss over that bit, but you know, he really likes to rub this in, doesn't he?
It's fine. Like over the last 48 hours of, Steve's he's worn me down. I'm used to it now. So this is
You've grown to hate me.
I've grown to. I almost enjoy the insults now. It's
Almost.
fine.
Almost, not quite.
Almost.
Keep going.
Steve, what did Steve get?
Well, Steve got a whopping 143 points. So pretty
very
good. Yeah.
I needed this. You're doing really well. You don't.
Stop it.
That's all.
That puts you in 3rd place on our overall leaderboard behind Morph and Cyborg Angel, who is still our reigning champ.
Cheers,
Hung on
Proper
in
Games.
there.
She's
Cheers,
very
Proper
good.
Games.
But Steve, yes.
Well done. Really good
Yes.
effort,
Man.
both of you.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Give a round of applause.
Bloody well done to Steve. And Cyborg Angel, he's coming after you.
He is.
He's coming
But,
after you.
well, he came after you and he didn't quite make it.
I
You
did
know.
my
after
best, but it
you.
wasn't good enough,
I'm getting him back for you, Claire. But you do have 2 records, so you can be
That's
very
nice.
proud of that.
Yeah, that is good.
Very proud of that. Didn't quite get the
You can touch
trophy
it.
though.
You can touch it. You can look at it.
You can both give it a
alright.
sniff, a touch.
I'll have a sniff.
You know what?
Yeah,
Have
sure,
a
I'll have a
sniff
sniff.
later.
Thank you.
Anyway, have you had fun here at Scan on our next level?
It's been amazing. Thank you so much for
It's
having
been
us.
so much fun. Like, all of you guys have been so frigging lovely.
Especially
And
John on camera.
I was
You
going
don't
to
get-
say that. Shout out to
For
Big
me,
John.
John, Big
yeah,
John.
Big
He's
John.
the one.
Big John.
Big
Swift.
John.
Lovely wavy hair.
We're loving your work. Hashtag we love John.
Just behind that one, you can't see.
Big
but
John, as we now call him, is
John.
tomato red in the corner now.
He's
He
just
doesn't like
shaking
to
his
be
head.
on camera, but
He's not having any
there
of
we
this.
go.
No.
A little sick.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's high five it
Oh,
out.
okay.
Let's high five it out. I have
Yes.
loved meeting you
Yeah.
both. Thank you so much for fascinating insight into your streaming lives and, of course, chatting to us about upcoming games. That unfortunately brings us to the end of this episode. But, of course, we've got more Next Level Magic up our sleeves for you next time. So make sure you don't miss it. See you then.